So as far as the procedure goes, there was a test conducted by EDMS, and they had come down to the college. Roughly around 110 students sat for it, out of which towards the end around 47 students cleared. So we were taken to Delhi for an interview, non-sponsored trip of course, and there was a presentation and an HR round, and we were told that the presentation and HR round is not an elimination round but more of a clubbed round. So every student, all 47 of us who got selected, had to go through all the rounds. And in Delhi, when we had gone, we were not the only college that was there. There were other NITs also who had come down. So apparently they were hiring from a national level this thing. And so when the interview started, it started in a very simple way. There was a presentation by Accenture initially, and post that we were given some topics. A batch of 15 students were selected, and we were handed out a piece of paper in which there were some random topics given. We were required to present these topics to them, be it in a verbal or presentation manner, or we could draw a chart, or these were the three manners we were supposed to present these topics on. And we were given about roughly 45 minutes to 50 minutes. And the advantage was we could use net or any form of main media to get those topics out. I believe what they were judging us was how we could extract information from a particular source and present it to them. So when a round started, there was a panel of 3 people for the interview. The first one was communication, second person was technical, third person was operational. Hence, it was required to, we were being judged on all 3 levels. We were not told there will be a technical round. It was more of a surprise round. Accenture people, when I inquired about the fact that I am not prepared for technical, they had mentioned that that's what they want, that's what they require us. They are not looking for a person who can cram up stuff a night before or who comes well prepared. In fact, on the other end, they're looking for people who are still technically qualified without preparing for it as well. So initially when I entered, the first round took place, the presentation round. I was required to deliver my presentation about the topic that I prepared. The topics which were given to us were, one was FDI in retail and its impact on customer. The second one being cloud computing. Third one was supply chain management, and there were another 1 or 2 topics which were covered. And my topic was FDI retail. So what happened is very simple. I went there and I started giving a presentation about my topic. There was a discussion round more than a just presentation round, because it lasted for a good 15 minutes. I gave my point of views, I gave them this is why FDI should take place, and they cross-questioned me as to why. They basically were judging me on the fact that whether I've actually understood the topic that I'm giving a presentation on, or I'm just cramming up things and giving it to them. So the only judgment they make out there is, regardless of the fact that you speak the right thing or not, you should be able to explain your answers or explain whatever you're saying. And of course, the presentation, whichever way you choose, should be in a very presentable manner, if I can put it that way. So discussions took place, cross-questions took place. Apart from that, after the presentation, there was a normal HR round wherein they asked me about tell me something about yourself, personal information, strengths, weaknesses, so on and so forth, the normal HR that took place. After that, there was technical round, to which I got I was in a little bit of shock because I wasn't really expecting a technical round. So they asked me to choose a subject, any subject from my entire curriculum, and questions were asked on the basis of that. For example, I chose DBMS, and I was given some queries, normal queries, not that difficult, let's say not basic, not advanced, but somewhere in the intermediate level. The query that I was asked was second maximum and similar queries in that sort. Post that, there was a discussion on search engines. The technical guy spoke something about search engines in terms of web-based algorithms, spider algorithms, and what I did was I added whatever I knew. After the technical round that took place, there were explained to me the entire concept of a technical consultant as well as a technical architect, and as to where I stand and what position they might offer me. So they were very careful in choosing their words as to the fact that they're not going to hire me, but given the fact that I am selected, these are the two positions and the kind of work that happens out there. Also, I believe one of the major things that I liked about the interview was it was very in a very casual way. It was very chilled out. There was no pressure building from their end. They were very casual and they made me feel very comfortable. Hence, I believe the best in me came out, and I guess that's one of the reasons I actually got selected. Because it was just like how me and we were talking out here. There was no pressure. It's just as if I was having a conversation with a friend of mine. So that became easy, and they kept the interview for about a good 40 minutes, and it went in the same turn. So apart from that, I guess one major thing was, I believe I don't know, it's just they had an idea about the profile they would want to take the candidate in. If they realize that the person's a little more inclined towards the technical side, they would ask him more questions on the technical architect post. And if they realize, I guess, that they would want to hire the person on a technical consultant level, the questions were more based on the consultancy part, and they would want to see how the person is. And I guess that's a very brief overview of the interview. I guess the one thing that was important was that the paper, e-litmus paper, was a difficult one. It wasn't an easy nut to crack. There were 3 sections, LR, Quant and English. The paper was for about 2 hours, 120 minutes and 60 questions. And the level was a good, decent CAT level question. So if you're looking for Accenture, I believe your preparation should be up there. Post which, as far as the interview is concerned, I believe what they're looking for is a good balance of both tech as well as communication. If somehow, that's what I feel personally, if they realize that you're highly technical, and somehow they might not be that interested in hiring because they're looking for a technical architect. So they also realize that if at all they realize you're very technically qualified, you might want to switch, or you might not stay in Accenture for a while. So you're going to have to show to them that you're actually comfortable with both communication part as well as the technical part. And apart from that, I think what you should do is just be yourself and be there, have a nice time. It's a relaxed interview. It's not one of those interviews wherein you've got to take a lot of load and pressure. Be yourself, have a nice time. If you go relaxed, it helps you a lot because that's what they're going to make you feel. So it's better you go prepared. Read up on some stuff, mostly current affairs which have just happened. They might be a little more inclined towards the IT industry. So questions ranging from IT industry, more of recent developments in the industry, cloud computing, or any new technologies that might help a lot. Because they actually want you, even in the topics that were given to us, out of 5 topics that were given to us, a good 2-3 had direct connections with the IT industry. So reading up on the IT technology industry would actually help. And I guess that's about it.